Bill O'Reilly spoke to Leon Panetta last night, the former Secretary of Defense and CIA director, and he badgered him over foreign policy.
I want all Americans to be protected, and we're not being protected. ISIS caught him by surprise, correct? Correct?
Yes,
okay.
That's what he admitted.
Putin did in Crimea. Caught you by surprise, correct? Correct? Pretty big. It's pretty big.
No, we know what Putin did in the Crimea.
But you didn't know he was going to do it. All right? Okay.
I don't know if he knew that,
right.
whether or not Putin was
75,000 children from Guatemala, Honduras, come to the border. Administration caught by surprise. You see the big picture here? I'm sure you do. You're smarter than I am. You're much smarter than I am. The big picture is the Obama administration doesn't know what the deuce is going on.
I think the big picture is that this is a president who I think wants to do the right thing for the country. The real question is whether or not he's willing to fight to get that done.
So did John Tyler. All right? Okay?
Yeah.
There's a performance level, is there not? This is, would you say, to be fair, and I know I'm being tough on you, but that's what I get paid to do,
yeah.
All right? Would you say that President Obama's foreign policy has been effective? Yes or no?
Yeah, but Bill, you've got to put this in context, and let me do that, okay, just to be fair. In the 4 years that I was there, President Obama supported the operations I was involved in CIA. He supported the bin Laden operation. He supported the operations we did at the Defense Department. I think he provided pretty strong leadership with regards to the war on terrorism. I think the last 2 years have been a lot of mixed messages in terms of what the United States' role is going to be.
Okay.
And now I think he's back with the position on ISIS. I think he's beginning to see that we have to take a strong stand against terrorism.
Beginning to?
Well,
I mean,
he's back to seeing how important that threat is.
How many people have to die and be beheaded? Beginning to? Look, here's my beef in the big picture. Drones, very good. I got no problem with that. You guys did an excellent job.
Yeah.
You found them. You killed them. You should have done. Bin Laden, don't give me that this was some brave thing.
Where to begin? Drones? That's good. I like that. Really? Thousands of civilians have died in Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia, and you have increased recruitment for Al-Shabaab, Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, Ansar al-Sharia, and all these different terrorist groups that you supposedly want to crush, Bill. You're helping them by doing it. Drones? Great. Got no problem with that. Don't give me this thing about bin Laden. It was brave to get bin Laden. So what was it? Cowardly to get bin Laden? I don't understand what you're saying. Okay. Realize that the way that they decided to get bin Laden actually was really strong in the sense that it's not a decision that easily could have been made because they didn't know. They didn't know what the fuck was going on inside that compound. For all they knew, there could have been, 30 guards standing inside and they would have walked into a bloodbath. So for President Obama to make the call and to be confident enough based on the intelligence that they had that this was the right time to do it, I mean, of course it's brave to get Osama bin Laden. Now stop and think about this. If it was George W. Bush that made that call and got bin Laden, would Bill O'Reilly say the same thing? If George W. Bush made the call that got bin Laden, would Bill O'Reilly say, don't give me this stuff that it was brave, all right? Don't give me that, okay? No, he would say, yes, we got bin Laden. And these liberals are trying to say, how dare anybody say it's not a brave decision? Of course it's a brave decision. We got bin Laden. Are you not forgetting bin Laden? So it's clear he's just a partisan hack. Now let's go through the other points he made there because this was one of those instances where I hated it because I know that there are people who are conservatives who watch this and maybe even some moderates who watch it who go, see, that O'Reilly's a good guy. He's going after people in power. But notice the premise that underlied every question he gave to Panetta. The underlying premise was, we should have done more war. We should have killed more people. We should have got more involved overseas and been more interventionist. So I love the idea of being tough, but be tough and smart. Don't be tough and be an idiot. Yeah, we should have killed more people and shot more guns and just got the world more and more angry at us. That's the right thing to do. No, because then you sound like an idiot because you're perpetuating the problem. So I love when he argues, ISIS caught Obama by surprise. That's not acceptable. You know who ISIS caught by surprise more than anybody else? You, Bill O'Reilly, you. Remember, it was just a year and a half ago that Bill O'Reilly was out on his show talking about how we immediately need to go bomb Assad and topple Assad. So in other words, a year and a half ago, Bill O'Reilly was arguing to fight alongside ISIS as allies because ISIS is fighting Assad. But then in a year and a half, he completely changes his position and sides in a war, and he hopes that you don't notice. But see, this is why I get so angry when so many people go on Fox News and they're sheep. Like Leon Panetta and a bunch of liberals, usually when they go on Fox News, save, obviously, Jon Stewart and maybe some others. But they're always like, oh, Mr. O'Reilly, you scare me, and I'm going to just agree with everything you say because you're loud. No, be like, Obama didn't notice ISIS. You were arguing to fight alongside them last year. Now, actually, he's actually kind of right about ISIS, though, to be honest, because Obama didn't. He was also arguing to go after Assad a year and a half ago. So Bill O'Reilly agreed with Obama. They're both wrong. But, of course, O'Reilly doesn't say, I was wrong on that. He just says, Obama was wrong. Yeah, meh, meh. And then the Putin thing I love, too, because, wait, why are you throwing in Vladimir Putin? I mean, what did you want us to do to try to fight back against that? He makes it seem like had Obama known that Putin was going to annex Crimea, go in and take parts of Ukraine, obviously we would have been able to stop it. No, we wouldn't have. No, we wouldn't have. What kind of an assumption is that? Say he didn't know Putin was going to do it. Even if you knew 8 years in advance, there's nothing you could have done to stop it. The dude, I mean, Russia is a gigantic military power. Obviously, we're the only superpower in the world, but what? You're going to ask young men and women from Alabama and Kentucky to go fight and die to save the territorial sovereignty of Crimea, a place that they didn't even know existed 3 months ago? I mean, what a joke. What an absolute joke. He acts like, like that's a big deal, like there's something we could do or we should get involved over there. Why? Why should we get involved over there? Why would we go there when there's also unrest in North Korea, when there's also unrest in the Congo and Myanmar and all these other places around the world? I mean, we're just supposed to go everywhere and stop every bad thing from happening? No, how about we just don't contribute to bad shit happening? And then also, well, the kids, they're coming across the border. You didn't see that coming. Except, Bill, how many times have we gone over this? If you actually want to address that problem substantively, number one, you have to end the drug war. The reason why they're fleeing from Guatemala and Honduras and El Salvador and coming up through Mexico is that those countries are destroyed because of the drug war. The violence rate in those countries is higher than it was in Iraq at the height of the Iraq War when it was most violent over there. Isn't that a stunning fact? But he acts like, just send them back there to die. Why? I thought you were a Christian. Are you a Christian? You want them to die? That's fucked up, man. Why not at least make the situation better down there by ending the drug war? Okay, and then you could send them back. And also, again, President Obama and the Democrats proposed pieces of legislation that would have increased border security, and the Republicans blocked it. So he acts like, blame Obama for that. No, blame your party for that, because you guys blocked increased border security. So O'Reilly makes no sense in so many different ways, but I hate that so many people are going to walk away from that interview going, yeah, O'Reilly got him, simply because of his tone, simply because he badgered him, even though the substance of what he was saying was ridiculous, and the underlying premise was just attack more people, kill more people, get more involved overseas.